Oh my, look at me.
Hello, everybody. This is Debbie from Wild and Woolly with Bits and Bobs, and I have with me today Lucy,
Yes.
Lucy Weber, and Lucy Weber is from our local Quilts of Valor quilting guild. Just yeah, and of course, we thought today would be a good day to invite Lucy to come and chat about Quilts of Valor because, of course, it's a Veterans Day today, or if you're across the pond, a Remembrance Day.
Oh,
And
okay.
although I think they really do the celebration on the Sunday, but anyway, it's the same, basically the same recognition. So, Lucy,
Yes, ma'am.
you are with Quilts of Valor. You folks meet at All Saints Church
Here in Mount Pleasant.
here in Mount Pleasant. And what do you do in All Saints Church here in Mount Pleasant?
Well, we gather, excuse me, depending on the hours, for about 4 hours. We have some people that have worked on squares and bring them to church and continue to work on them. We have some that have to cut squares and measure, and we have people that sandwich quilts, tops and battings and backings, and we have people that finish them with binding. So before we know it, our time is up and it's time to leave and seek some alcoholic refreshment.
I'm all for that. So what exactly is Quilts of Valor?
Quilts of Valor, All Saints joined the organization, I believe, in 2015. And it is an organization that makes quilts. We donate them to people who have served in the military in any capacity and have honorably been discharged. And it is our thanks to them for leaving their homes and their families and everything that's familiar to them to serve our nation. We give them gladly. So far this year, I believe we've given out about 70 quilts to different venues. We've given to the American Legion, we've given to the VFW, to different individuals, some World War II veterans, which we don't have many more left anymore, and some just serving since the 70s and 80s. And we've even come across some people that say, oh no, I've not earned a quilt. And we say, if you freely went and fought or worked toward the betterment of our nation, you have earned a quilt. But there are those standbys that still say, no, I don't want one. But we're very happy when they do tell us they would very much like to have one. And one of the criteria we say is, well, make sure you use it. Don't put it in a drawer. Don't hang it up on a wall.
For sure, yes.
Use it.
Make good use of it.
Yes. So as one gentleman today, I gave a World War II vet, I gave him a quilt, and he said that, ooh, it's hot. And I said, well, that's the comfort. That's the arms, the loving arms wrapping you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so what do we have behind us here?
Well, we have 3 different designs for quilts. There are multiple of designs. This particular one is called Tumbler. Yes, thank you. Which I just learned. I did this one. I just learned how to work a tumbler machine and put it together, and it went together very easily. So what I had done, I had to call the lady who long arms it, because I had points on all the ends, and you can't long arm it with these sticking out points. Mm-hmm. So I said, what do? Do I need to add another piece inset? She said, no, just cut it straight. I said, I like that idea. I did that. So this is kind of representative of our American flag.
Yes.
Now this one, as you say, is multiple of stars. These are all blocks, all stars. And we kind of have fun with these, choosing what we're going to put together and visualizing how they're going to look once they are together. Mm-hmm. And the amazing thing is, you take all these blocks and you put them together, and you think, well, this is never going to really look nice. And sure enough, once it is quilted,
together,
it looks just beautiful.
It does.
Yes.
It does. Okay.
Now,
and then what's
this one just looks like strips. Anyone know what this is called?
Baby bricks.
Okay, they knew what that was called. I didn't. But it is a multiple, so I mean, this is the simplest quilt ever
Yes.
to put together.
Yes.
So people say I can't sew. I said, you can sew. I mean, it's really very simple. And look how lovely it looks.
It is beautiful. And look at this backing, people.
Yeah. See the backing? Which
That's
was
very cool.
Which was donated to us. We love donations by way of materials, if we can use them, mostly red, white, and blue.
Yes.
But the backings all are what usually you try to make them one piece. So they add to it, and we call that's what holds the quilts together. Yeah.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So if you have somebody in your life who has served the country and you feel as though they would really get a lot of pleasure out of being a recipient for Quilts of Valor, how would somebody put somebody forward to
there is
nominate somebody?
Yeah, it is a foundation, the Quilts of Valor Foundation, and you can go online and online make an application for a certain individual, giving all the pertinent information of address, and so they know where to send that application, what group. Otherwise, we are located in All Saints Lutheran Church here in Mount Pleasant, so a phone call to us, they can direct you to mail you an application if you want it, or if you're close and you can step in and receive one. And once we get the application, depending on how long of a wait, you say, well, I want it by next week, it won't come unless we've already got them made. But if you want a specific design or whatever, we're really not made to order. We just make them and then we have them available. So right now we have a surplus of about 24, 25 quilts, and we really would like people to give them to. So if you know of someone that would like a Quilt of Valor, or you would like to nominate them, call All Saints Lutheran Church, Mount Pleasant. That's 2107 Highway 17 North.
And we also have the applications here too. Nancy, who's hiding across the table, brought us some applications here, so you can pick your applications up here also. Is somebody able to nominate themselves?
No.
You have to be nominated
by another individual.
Okay. Right. All right. That's good information. Now, if you want to get involved on the other side of this, not be a recipient, but actually contribute to making these Quilts of Valor, how would one go about that?
Well, you can call the church. We meet on Thursday. When there's no Bible study, we meet on Thursdays at 10:30 to about 3:30. When there is Bible study, which will start again in January, it's 12:30 to about 3:30.
Okay.
And you can call the church and get clarification, make sure we are meeting, and then just show up, you know, with your sewing machine, or if you don't have one, just willing hands, and I'm sure we'll find a job for you. We are good at that.
So it's easy for you to become involved. These are a nice group of ladies. They're very welcoming. They almost always have food at the church, or they used to.
Yeah.
So there are many pluses.
We're Lutheran. We have food.
So if you're at home and you want to be involved, but you don't actually want to be in a group, or you don't want to attend a group, you can actually also participate. How would they do that?
Well, they can go online, find different designs to make their own blocks from home, and then once they've put all these blocks together, then they can drop it off at the church for us, and we will proceed with the next steps to make it a completed quilt.
Okay, and they can just make a block, not just a quilt, right?
Right. You can just make blocks. You don't even have to put them together.
And you can make any kind of block, but they also have block challenges each year. And for 2021, there are two blocks that are included in the challenge. One is the 8-pointed star, and the other is the wonky star. And Kim over here on the other side of the other computer is posting links as we speak of the patterns for the blocks and also of patterns for full quilts.
Mm-hmm.
So you can click on these links in our feed here, and you can make any of these blocks or quilts as you wish. And you don't have to quilt it, as Lucy said. You can hand it over to Quilts of Valor. And I know Nancy, that's on the other side of this computer, does a lot of quilting, long arm quilting for Quilts of Valor, and so there are many long arm quilters in the community who will quilt, voluntarily quilt your tops for Quilts of Valor.
Right, and also other than we do also make quilts other than Quilts of Valor, not as many, but we do it. And we give them out as gifts, people having medical emergencies or health or such. And we are very fortunate to have a lady who long arms the Quilts of Valor for us. She donates her time for us to do that. So that's her gift to this organization.
And so is that something else, if somebody wanted to get involved on that level, if they are long arm quilters, can they can anybody just volunteer to quilt the Quilts of Valor?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. We take whatever help we can get.
And they can do it nationally through the organization as well.
Okay. So if you are, some of you folks, some of our lovely viewers out there are not from South Carolina. So this is, Nancy just pointed out, this is a national organization. You can get involved on any level nationally. You go to the National Quilts of Valor Foundation. I think, Kim, you put a link there to the Quilts of Valor Foundation.
I did.
Yes. So there is a link to the National Foundation. You can get involved wherever you are.
Mm-hmm.
And now there is one very important thing to say. If somebody is making the blocks, do you want them to trim the blocks?
No. We want you to, if you've made the blocks, don't trim them. Just set your piles up or whatever. We will take care of that.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because some people might trim it too close to the pattern and maybe it'll ravel. Some people may leave an inch on one side and 4 inches or a half inch on the other side. So if you just leave the block alone, we experts
Pros
can do it to the best of our ability to make sure that it all goes properly.
Okay, so for example, right here, folks, what we're talking about is if you make this beautiful 8-point star right here, you see how beautiful this is, and somebody else makes this one, and somebody else makes this one, and you all trim them after you've finished. You trim them down to size. You might not all have the same rulers, you might not all have the same cutters, and you might not all have the same eyes, and these 3 blocks can be all different sizes. So when these ladies are trying to put them together, it becomes very, very challenging. So you make the blocks, you leave all your raggy ends, everything just hanging out the sides, and these ladies will make it uniform. All the blocks that they receive, they will make them all uniform. And look how uniform they are. They're absolutely
and it's
stunning.
fun. It really is fun. The idea of quilting, years ago, the women sat in front of their fireplaces with their needle and thread and worked on these quilts using scraps of clothing or blankets or whatever. We have more fun because these we have such a design of different patterns, and you can just really enjoy yourself doing this.
Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is, if you want to make, you can make you don't have to just bring your tops, you don't have to just bring your blocks. You can make a whole quilt. And you can bring them here. We are a registered store, so we are a registered drop-off site. You can bring them here, and we will forward them to All Saints quilters. So if it's tough for you to reach out to All Saints and you just want to pop down here and bring them in and drop them off, you can absolutely do that.
Mm-hmm. And you can buy fabric here to do it.
Yeah.
That's right, you can. So does anybody have any questions about Quilts of Valor? Kim, is anybody unsure about anything? Need to know anything?
The only question we had was what were the names of the quilts behind you, but I answered that online.
Okay.
Which again, behind Debbie is it's basically a tumbler block.
Tumbler.
And in the middle, you're calling it an 8-pointed star.
2, 4, 6,
I
8.
think that's the creative grids.
Is it the
Yeah.
creative grids one?
But if you want to, if you're looking for the pattern online, it would be the 54 or 40, 54, 40 or fight block, because it's a very old traditional military block.
Ah,
Okay, but didn't we have a link for it as well?
We do.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
and we have a link to it.
Okay.
And then the last quilt behind Lucy is the Baby Bricks quilt pattern, which we have in stock.
We do.
super.
And how different it looks in
Yes, it's not just for
patriotic
babies.
fabric. Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's really
then,
pretty.
and then, of course, our friend Renata
Yes.
just wanted all of you to know it's beautiful work, ladies.
Thank you, Renata.
Thank you. You could do it too.
Renata does, yeah. She
Yes,
She
does.
does. She
She's
sews
very
with us.
active.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Then
she's
good
very
enough.
active,
Yes.
yeah. So, Lucy,
Yes,
is
ma'am.
there anything else important that you would like these people here to know that we missed?
Donations.
Well, we do take both monetary and red, white, and blue cotton fabric donations because we use batting. Everything is, we have a budget at the church. So this past year, we went past that budget with buying our fabrics and our battings and necessary items. So it's always nice to, when someone gives us something, it's always nice that, oh, good. But otherwise, what would you say?
We would love for you to come join us.
Yes, we do need people. Since this pandemic, our numbers are very limited. So some do stay at home and sew at home and then bring in the top pieces. But it's always so nice to get together with each other and, share a joke or just spend time together, which this pandemic has certainly curtailed.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now, the other thing I believe is important for the recipients is that you folks hand deliver each of these quilts,
Yes, we
right?
do.
So they get to see who has been taking all this time and love and passion and energy and creating something for them. And it makes it just that little bit more meaningful.
Now, some people ask, well, how long did it take you to make, or did you do this all yourself? And we say, many, many hands.
Yes.
Because one cuts the fabric, one sews them together, someone else has to piece them, sandwich it together, someone else has to long arm it, someone else has to bind it. So it is a multiple hand item.
Mm-hmm. Very good. To bring joy.
Yes.
Yes,
And
and comfort.
we enjoy it, just giving out, there's such a need to thank people for what they do.
Absolutely.
And this gives us joy to give these out and say thank you. You went, I did not have, because I did not have to.
Yeah. Yes, there is that. Yes.
So if somebody would like to make a donation, where should they send it?
All Saints Lutheran Church,
Okay.
Highway 2107, Highway 17 North, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina 29466.
Mm-hmm.
And designate it for.
Designated for the quilters.
Yes.
And they make it payable to them too, if it's a check.
To All Saints. or
All
to
Saints
Husband?
Quilters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Very good.
Yeah. So
All right, Nancy, would you like to pipe in with any?
I think y'all did a great job.
All right, folks. We hope you are having I don't know that you have an enjoyable Veterans Day, but a comfortable Veterans Day.
yeah, comfortable veterans.
Comfortable Veterans Day.
Well, some of these vets say, "Well, I got out of bed this morning. It's a good day."
It's a good day.
So
Yeah, yeah. But we thought we might brighten everybody's day up a little bit with these glorious Quilts of Valor quilts here. And again, reach out to us. Reach out to All Saint Quilters if you know of somebody who would really like to receive one of these as a recipient. Please reach out to us or to Lucy at All Saints Quilters, and we'll make that work. And again, if you would like to donate your time, if you would like to donate your quilting skills, if you would just like to be moral support at the meetings,
yes,
any
Bring
way that
food.
you want to be involved, please step forward and jump in, because it is, as I say, it's a lovely group of ladies, and I think you'll have a good time.
You know what they say down south? You all come.
That's right. Okay, so lovely. Lucy, thank you so much for joining us
Oh,
today.
thank you for
It's a
allowing
pleasure.
us. This
Yes.
is a wonderful way of spreading the word.
Spread the word. That's
Yeah.
right. Super. So people, take care. And Kim, is there anything else for anybody?
Thank you for your service.
Yes,
Oh.
and thank you for your service.
Yes.
And take good care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Am I famous
You're famous.
or
You're a rock
infamous?
star.
Either.